Hello and welcome to the first edition of the Masters of the Universe Chronicles videos. Today I'm going to be talking about a certain character who featured in the Filmation cartoon, the Mike Young production cartoon, was a member of Team Masters, and also had a Master of the Universe figure out. So if you're not sure who this is, check out the advert here and all will become clear.
Who are you?
I'm Many Faces with the power to change from man to robot to monster!
Yeah, so today I'm going to be talking about Many Faces, who you could see here whenever he wasn't a monster or anything, talking to the King and Queen. The prototype version didn't really deviate a lot from the final version that we actually got. On the back of each of the Master of the Universe figures came this lovely artwork, as you can see here, and each of them came with their own mini-comic. Many Faces came with the ordeal of Many Faces. Here's just a little look at one of the pages inside, and I'll go a bit more into this later on. There was two different versions. There was Many Weapons, which is this one here, and the only real difference was the weapons. It really was that simple. And as I say, with the two different versions, they still came with his unique action feature, which you could change from human to monster to robot via the knob on the top of his head. There's three different versions here. Can you spot what the variations are? And Many Faces also was part of the Heroic Warriors 3-pack and the Battle for Eternia gift set. If you can find any of these, seriously, snap them up. They're mega rare. Okay, so with the vintage Many Faces, comes with a little small blaster. You can see here there's a little base, and then you have the little knob that you turn around to make them into a robot or into a monster, and then back to the human again. And you also have, with any of the vintage figures like that there, you would get one of these, a little mini comic. Here in the back it shows you some of the figures such as Many Faces, Ram-Man, Trapjaw, Triclops, Zor and He-Man. So the one that actually comes with that was the ordeal of Many Faces. You can see here some of the nice artwork, things like that there. There. So yeah, that's basically what the Many Faces figure looks like. As you can see, obviously with the rubber bands in his legs, sometimes deteriorate over time, so sometimes can be a bit of a nightmare to try and get them to stand up. Okay, in the Filmation cartoon there was two episodes that stick in my mind to do with Many Faces: The Mystery of Many Faces and Shadow of Skeletor. In The Mystery of Many Faces doesn't know whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. So you can see him here facing off against He-Man, and then you can see him here facing off against Skeletor. So let's have a wee look at Many Faces in action here.
Miserable widgets!
I said no now! Let me out of here!
No one says no to Skeletor, fool! I'll force you to serve me!
No!
Okay, so we're going to jump from the vintage to the 2002. Many Faces was used a lot more in the 2002 one, so we're going to take a little peek at him from the Monster Within episode.
Nicely done, Manny. You had me worried there for a minute.
That's what great acting's all about. And thank you for reminding me.
Okay, so in 2002, Mattel released the Master of the Universe figures, which you can see here, the Many Faces and the Many Faces Chase figure. So they were two of the figures that they actually released. Oh no, hold on. There was one that had a small knob, or is that the one that doesn't have a small knob? Or, yeah, that's the one with a small knob. That's definitely the one with a small knob. I would know that anywhere if I was to see that. Well, what one's this? This one must be different to the other ones, otherwise why would I put it in there? Oh, in a video in 2002. Who had a video player in 2002? Okay, so you can see here there's two different versions of Manny Faces. The one thing you can spot straight off is his guns. The one on the left hand side here, his gun is silver, whereas on the right hand side here it's more red. And the missiles are different. One here is blue and one here is orange. That's the main difference in the two of them. Whenever you're looking at pictures or whatever, or if you're looking to buy one yourself, if you're needing a chase figure, that's the one way to spot it. There is another slight difference, which is on his stomach. The one on the left hand side here has like a silver part, and the one on the right hand side here has more like an orangey kind of part. They're the only two main differences that you could spot straight off to see which one you're needing, if you have a chase version or if you have a normal version of Manny Faces. So then came the 2002 Snake Man repaints, which I'm going to talk about and do some comparison. So of course Mattel was infamous for doing repaints figures, if you've seen with the chase versions and things like that. You can see here I've left the left hand side one the same, but the one on the right hand side here is the Master of the Universe versus the Snake Man. A lot of the figures all had one of these repainted, such as Cyclone, Roboto, Mechanic, and as you can see, Manny Faces here. The one thing I really do not like about this figure is his gun is just green, and I think it's absolutely horrendous. I like the paint job. I like the fact that all the blue, which you can see here, is all red here, and you know, with the different colours, you know, like on his legs and around his stomach there, all different colours compared to here. It's just mainly a case of they just swapped the colours around, but it's a very cool figure to have, but if they packaged it with another gun it would have been even better, to be honest with you, but nothing I could do about that now, and it's one to have to complete the Master of the Universe versus the Snake Man. And you'll probably find whenever I'm doing a lot of these comparison ones, you'll see a lot of these repainted figures, as I've mentioned earlier on. Okay, in 2002 we obviously got the figures, but we also got comics courtesy of MVC Creations. Manny Faces featured in a couple of the comics, and this is one of them. He also featured in the third and final part of Rise of the Snake Man. Over in the UK we were lucky enough to get our own comic here with Manny Faces Hurricane Spinner. How many of you have them? Put your hands up. That's two of you. So what's in the future for Manny Faces, with him being on MaddyCollector.com? Obviously the Master of the Universe Classic figures. I cannot wait to come home one of these days whenever he's been announced and open up my white mailer box and display Manny Faces. I can also guarantee that Pixel Dan will obviously do a cracking job of reviewing him. So that's my video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and stay tuned to the Masters of the Universe Chronicles for video and podcast, which you can only find on the Pop Culture Network. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you for all your support. It means a lot. Until next time.